4 dinosaurs are quickly sold for exorbitant prices. They are making more and more money. Owen sees a Stenonychosaurus in the neighboring cell. This type of dinosaur has a skull 25 centimeters thick and an incredibly strong headbutting force. It is also called the Iron Head Monk of Shaolin Temple. Owen whistles at it, luring it to break the wall between the 2 cells. Then, he stands in front of the iron door, challenging it. The dinosaur successfully smashes the iron door open, but its eyes are also damaged. The auction is presenting the 5th dinosaur. This is the prize item of the day, an Indonoraptor, newly created. Its starting price is 10 times the sum of the previous 4. It is known as the strongest creature on land. Even the Indominus Rex would have to flee from it. Even the experienced businessmen can't help but gasp in shock. The MC starts introducing the Indominus, but before he finishes, a businessman bids 20 million USD. He immediately refuses, saying it's just the starting price. 23 million, 24 million. The atmosphere of the auction reaches its peak. But suddenly the Stenonychosaurus breaks in and ruins the auction. It doesn't care about the high status of the people. Anyone who blocks its way will be crushed into powder. The auction descends into chaos and is forced to stop. The businessmen scramble to flee the hall. The leader of the mercenaries enters and tranquilizes the Indominus. Seeing the dinosaur unconscious, he opens the cage to pull out its tooth. Suddenly, the Indominus twitches its tail. He turns to look, thinking he was mistaken, and turns back to continue pulling. The Indominus twitches its tail again. This time, it stops pretending. It bites his arm and lifts him up. Its goal in pretending was to trick him to open the cage. The MC hiding behind sees the mercenary being eaten by the dinosaur and pees his pants in fear. He quickly hides in the elevator, pushing the female assistant out. The assistant screams in fear, attracting the Indominus' attention. The Indominus immediately rushes over. Luckily, the elevator door closes in time. Just as everyone thinks they have escaped danger, the Indominus swings its tail, accidentally breaking the elevator switch. The elevator door opens again. Desperate screams echo inside the elevator. Meanwhile, Owen is trying to escape but is stopped by Lockwood's men. Suddenly, the Indominus rushes out and kills Lockwood's 2 subordinates. It then begins to chase Owen and Claire. They hide in the exhibition room. The lights are dim, but the Indominus' sense of smell is incredibly sensitive. It can smell people nearby but can't find them. At one point, it even doubts its own nose. And so the 3 humans and 1 dinosaur begin a cat-and-mouse game around the dinosaur fossils. As the 2 sides are in a stalemate, a walkie-talkie on the floor suddenly goes off. Now they're done for. The 3 can only keep running. Soon after, the Indominus traps them in a corner. Luckily, the corner is small and the Indominus can't enter. Macy uses her small size advantage to slip out. She runs into a tunnel and finally reaches her room. But the Indominus has an extremely high IQ. Seeing it can't enter through the door, it climbs onto the roof. It uses its claws to open the balcony door. As it enters the room, it seems to say, "I'm in." Just as the girl is about to be torn apart, Owen arrives in time and shoots at the Indominus. The Indominus immediately plays weak, lying flat on the floor. Suddenly, Owen's gun jams. It reveals its brutal nature again. Just in the nick of time, Blue the Raptor rushes into the room and battles the Indominus. Because of the large difference in size, it seems Blue was no match for the Indominus, but it buys time for Owen and Claire to escape. They climb onto the roof. The dinosaur chases after them. Seeing no way out, Owen decides to risk it. Owen dodges the Indominus' attack. Because the dinosaur uses too much force, it smashes the glass and falls down, but its claws latch onto a column and quickly climbs back up. This time, Owen is truly out of options. Just then, Blue the Raptor rushes over again and leaps at the Indominus. The column can't bear their weight and both fall down. The Indominus is impaled by a Triceratops fossil. Blue, who was on top of it, is lucky to escape harm. But the danger isn't over. Their fight accidentally released a toxic gas. Claire, in an effort to save the dinosaurs, makes a difficult decision. Claire opens all the gates, but this isn't the island. Releasing all the dinosaurs would lead to the world's destruction. She doesn't have the courage to open the last door. As the dinosaurs thrash around in the toxic gas, the large door is suddenly opened. It was Macy who pressed the button. Countless dinosaurs run out. Lockwood and his subordinates take the dinosaur gene samples and prepare to evacuate. But the result is predictable. The subordinates are immediately eaten, bones and all. Lockwood hides under a car and is lucky to survive. He plans to go out and pick up the dinosaur gene samples. Lockwood doesn't realize the T-Rex is walking behind him. Indeed, wicked deeds meet wicked ends. Blue the Raptor is also standing at the door, waiting for Owen. After a brief farewell, it retreats into the deep jungle. A Mosasaurus bites the fishing cage and drags it underwater. Its enormous size sinks the entire ship. 4 years have passed since the dinosaurs entered the human world, but people still can't find a way to coexist with them. To change the situation, the US government handed over the global right to capture dinosaurs to the gene engineering company Biosyn, allowing them to establish a dinosaur sanctuary in the Dolomites Mountains. However, Biosyn's Lewis has boundless ambition. He instructs his subordinates to use the dinosaurs for experiments, hoping to extract genes to modify other species, but he feels like he is missing a crucial piece of DNA. 4 years after the volcanic eruption at Jurassic World, Owen and Claire have been living in seclusion in the forest to protect the clone girl Macy. Blue and its asexually produced offspring are also their companions. That day, Blue is teaching its child survival skills when a group of poachers spots them. They use a trap to capture Blue's child, Beta. Blue roars anxiously from below. The poachers then drive their car, knocking Blue down a cliff. By the time Owen hears the commotion and rushes over, the poachers are gone.
This was their tactic to lure him away. Because Maisie has a special identity, after many years living in the mountains, the girl is now at a rebellious age. She takes this opportunity to ride her bike out to see the outside world. As she crosses a bridge, a group of people is waiting for her. It turns out Maisie is a clone and the most important missing piece for the Biosyn company. They immediately take Maisie and throw her bike into the water to erase their tracks. Owen, who is watching from a distance, realizes that the kidnappers and the poachers are the same group. He tries to stop them but is too late. He can only return to get his gear and go with Claire to rescue Maisie and Beta. Blue thinks Owen sent people to capture its child.
Owen comforts Blue and promises to bring its child back. Blue angrily scratches Owen's arm, as if wanting him to remember his promise. Then, Blue turns and leaves. With the help of a friend, they successfully enter the dinosaur black market. The place is bustling, and any kind of dinosaur can be bought there. There's roast dinosaur meat and even a dinosaur arena. The poachers are trading with Soyona here. Just as they are about to complete the deal, undercover police rush in. Soyona calmly leaves under the protection of her bodyguards. The poachers also take the opportunity to flee the black market.
Owen chases after the poachers, who release 2 dinosaurs to escape. 2 Carnotaurus dinosaurs emerge. The poachers, however, are scared and fall into the dinosaur arena. The Carnotaurus, inside, hears the commotion and immediately attacks the poacher. Owen is caught between the 2 Carnotaurus. Luckily, he quickly slips under the railings and enters the arena. He takes the opportunity to push the poacher down and wrestles with him right in the arena. The poacher is no match for Owen and is thrown to the ground. The 2 Carnotaurus on either side bite the poacher's arm. Owen uses this opportunity to interrogate the poacher about Maisie's whereabouts. When he learns that Soyona took the girl to the Biosyn company, he immediately calls Claire. Suddenly, a Carnotaurus breaks free from its leash and rushes towards the poacher, sending him to his death. A truck full of dinosaurs is heading into a residential area. The police lay down spike strips to stop the vehicle. When the truck passes over them, its tires burst and it loses control, crashing into a house. 4 metal cages fall out of the truck. Seeing the driver surrounded by police, Soyona calls and orders him to immediately open the 4 cages. A purebred Atrociraptor comes out, but it doesn't attack humans. They have been professionally trained and only attack when they receive a laser command from Soyona, pursuing the target relentlessly. Claire rushes over with a shotgun towards Soyona. Soyona calmly enters a house, grabs a vase, and throws it at Claire. She then pulls out a knife to attack Claire. Seeing that a gentle approach won't work, Claire uses a tougher approach. Claire pulls out a picture of Maisie. Seeing this, Soyona honestly admits that Maisie was taken to the Biosyn company. But just as she finishes, a T-Rex bursts into the house. Soyona immediately shines the laser on Claire. Seeing this, Claire quickly jumps out the balcony to escape, but the railing quality is poor. The T-Rex conveniently jumps over her head. Claire decisively lets go, falling onto the truck below. Luckily, Claire meets Kayla, the pilot, and the 2 quickly drive away. The T-Rex is still chasing closely behind. Claire grabs a metal pipe from the car and hits it a few times, but it seems unharmed. She then places the pipe horizontally. The T-Rex hits it and is knocked out. Owen is also cornered by a T-Rex near an iron cage. They slowly back towards the cage. The dinosaur lunges and Owen quickly dodges, letting the dinosaur enter the cage and locks it. Suddenly, Soyona returns. Claire's voice rings out, telling him Maisie is being taken to the airport. Owen immediately grabs a motorcycle and speeds away. Unexpectedly, Soyona uses the laser trick on him. 2 Atrociraptors immediately chase after Owen. 1 man and 2 dinosaurs race along the road. Luckily, Owen is a skilled driver, continuously avoiding their attacks. When he reaches the airport, the plane has already started. Kayla quickly lowers the cargo ramp. With only 1 second before the plane takes off, Owen manages to throw himself into the cargo hold. A T-Rex also jumps onto the plane with him. As the plane takes off, Claire quickly holds on to Owen. The motorcycle slides down, hitting the T-Rex. Not long after, they arrive at the dinosaur sanctuary. Kayla asks the control tower for permission to land, but this is Biosyn's property. Lewis has been waiting here early. He orders the aerial defense system activated, releasing flying dinosaurs. The dinosaur mistakes the plane for infringing on its territory, damages the engine, and flies away. The plane starts to fall, but there is only 1 parachute in Claire's seat. After saying goodbye, Claire jumps out, but there are many flying dinosaurs in the sky. The parachute is quickly torn apart. Claire falls straight down. Claire and Kayla prepare for a crash landing. Luckily, due to Owen's presence, they are safe and sound. A pyroparaptor, a red feathered raptor, appears in front of them. Its claws step on the ice, which immediately cracks. The raptor dives underwater, swimming around below them, trying to break the ice. Owen sees this and quickly runs, but accidentally steps on thin ice and falls into the water. Seeing the dinosaur approaching, Kayla quickly pulls Owen up. The dinosaur also emerges from the water. The two take the opportunity to climb onto a platform, enter an elevator, and close the door. Claire, who parachuted, is caught in a tree branch. Unexpectedly, a Therizinosaurus is nearby. Luckily, it has cataracts and can't see clearly. When it sees a deer eating grass, it approaches and slaps the deer away. Claire takes this opportunity to open the safety lock and jump down. She slowly crawls into a puddle. When the dinosaur comes close, she quickly dives underwater. Because its eyesight is poor, it doesn't see Claire in the water. It roars, and seeing no sign of movement, it leaves. Not long after, Owen enters the forest looking for Claire. When he sees blood on the ground, he has a bad feeling. He checks, and luckily, it's just the deer slapped away by the dinosaur. Suddenly, a T-Rex appears, preparing to eat the deer. When it turns its head, it sees its lifelong rival, a Giganotosaurus. The T-Rex throws the deer aside and rushes to wrestle with the Giganotosaurus, but the Giganotosaurus bites its nose. The T-Rex feels the other one smells too bad and leaves. The Giganotosaurus picks up the deer and walks away. Claire goes south and finds an observation tower. Suddenly, a strange head appears. Just as Claire has nowhere to run, a hand grabs its neck. It turns out Owen followed Claire's footprints here. After that, they find an overturned car. The people inside are Maisie and the paleontologist on the run. Because they managed to escape, Lewis is worried that the government will find out about his research. So he decides to destroy the dinosaur locust he was researching. They not only fail to burn, but also rush out through the pipe. A large number of burning dinosaur locusts fly towards the forest. In just a few moments, they set the entire forest on fire. Their car falls into a ravine because of a collision with a dinosaur locust. They just climbed out of the car before celebrating when the Giganotosaurus appears. Luckily, it can only sense moving objects. Everyone hides behind the car, playing hide and seek, and after 2 rounds, they're still slower than the dinosaur. They quickly climb the observation tower stairs. Just as it's Maisie's turn, the dinosaur catches up. It tries to snap at Maisie, but a railing saves her. However, the height of an observation tower is equal to the dinosaur's eye level. When it opens its mouth to grab them, the paleontologist uses a dinosaur locust to attract its attention. When it opens its mouth, he feeds it a burning dinosaur locust, turning it into a fire-breathing dinosaur. As everyone hides in the observation deck, it appears again, smashing the glass door. Claire's foot is tangled in a wire. As she's about to be pulled out, Maisie quickly throws a shotgun. Claire seizes the opportunity to press the shotgun against its eye. The dinosaur in pain gives up. Now the forest is engulfed in flames, and there's no way out. The paleontologist suddenly thinks of using the plane on the roof of the Biosyn company to fly over the fire. They decide to split up. The paleontologist stays behind to coordinate, while Owen goes to find Beta. Beta is wary and attacks them. Owen decisively injects it with a tranquilizer. Claire and Kayla head to the control room to shut down the entire sanctuary's electrical system. After that, they turn on the aerial defense grid to prevent flying dinosaurs from attacking the plane. When the electrical system is shut down, Lewis, who was riding an elevator, is also stopped. He looks nervously at the flickering lights. Suddenly, the glass door is shattered. 3 Dilophosaurus appear and spit venom in his face. Caleb finishes destroying the electrical system and goes up to the roof to fly the plane down to pick up Owen and Claire's group. Suddenly, a roar echoes. It's the T-Rex, but its target isn't them, but the Giganotosaurus behind them. One mountain cannot hold 2 dinosaurs. They immediately rush at each other. Soon after, the T-Rex falls into a disadvantage. It's simply no match for the Giganotosaurus. Finally, the T-Rex is slammed to the ground. Caleb quickly fires a flare to lure a Therizinosaurus over. The Therizinosaurus and Giganotosaurus immediately clash. Everyone quickly boards the plane. The helicopter uses its spotlight to shine into the eyes of the T-Rex. It immediately comes to its senses. Now it's a team effort, 2 versus 1. The Giganotosaurus is at a disadvantage. The T-Rex pushes the Giganotosaurus towards the Therizinosaurus, and the sharp claws pierce the Giganotosaurus. Thus ends the life of a king. Everyone boards the plane and leaves this place. Owen fulfills his promise, returning Beta to the forest. It happily nuzzles Blue's face. As Owen leaves, Blue looks at him with gratitude and then retreats into the deep jungle.